Okay, so before we get into the review and the ending explain, where we speculate what another Jumanji, we're gonna just explain what we thought about the ending of this movie. So spoilers, guys, prepare yourself for spoilers. All right, so I just showed you Jumanji for the first time today, and like an hour or 2 hours before you even saw the next level. My question was, which one did you like better?
I think the second one.
You like the second
I
one
think the
better?
second one. I like comedy, and there was
You thought it was
even
funnier?
more. It was a lot
Lot
more
more,
in it.
lot more. But when you got like Danny Glover and
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, and you had The Rock pretending to be those two guys, I thought it was a lot funnier and whatnot. I mean, it was a good way for it to be different from the first one because I guess they could have just went off and just did the same jokes over and over again. The action was definitely better. It was more intense.
There was a lot of
I was a
action.
lot more action this time around. So overall, yeah, I think it was a better movie. It
Well,
probably
they
should be
bumped
better.
up because I mean, not that it bothers me at all, but it certainly had more curse words in it than the first.
I was surprised with that. Why they decided to curse more
Which
in
is
this
not a
one.
problem for
parents
me,
were
but
yeah.
it's
There
in
was
there.
a baby in our theater, so I was wondering. I was like, wow, they decided to go there. But at the same time,
They are older.
they
They're
are
in
older, so they're in
college.
college now. So you recognize the woman from Marvelous Miss Maisel in
Maisel.
there. We talked about that too. Like, who is Spencer's mom? It was killing. Like, we were trying to figure out the whole time
It's
we
like
were
I
watching the
just
movie.
saw her.
Now let's get into like the ending explain kind of thing because I have some theories of what happened. So now that they at the end of the movie, you beat the game again, you get out of it. So Danny DeVito's character in the restaurant scene, he's talking to is her name Nancy?
Nora.
Nora at the restaurant, and he gives that smoldering look
The
again,
smolder.
and it worked. So it was like, why did that work? And then because they just did another, all the kids that got together, they're like, let's promise that we're never gonna go into that game again. Then the smoldering look thing worked for his grandfather.
Then
Then
Fridge says he has some cake and he decides
he decides
I'm,
not to
I'm not
eat.
even going to eat this thing. Just forget it.
Then we see the deadly ostriches that were in the game are out in the real world because Spencer's mom needs to get what
There's a repairman.
the repairman there, the I forgot the comedian from New
New
Girl, the
Girl.
black guy from New Girl. He's a repairman. He sees the video game. He wants to touch it. Obviously, he touched it, and
Yeah,
something
she said, I
happened.
don't know if you should mess with that.
And the game is still broken. And then the ostriches come out of the game and are in the real world. So I'm getting into like the speculation territory. What do you think is going to happen with this thing?
I think it's back to more of the very first original movie from Robin Williams where the game was in the real world.
Like the book.
Like, yes.
Yeah, just like the book. I agree. I think that explains why Danny DeVito was able to do that smoldering look and it worked on that other girl, on that other woman. And the ostriches came out. That obviously. I also wonder what would have happened to Fridge if he
he ate
would have
the
ate the
cake.
cake in real life, his real self, because here's what I'm thinking that they're hinting towards for a Jumanji this would be that would have been the third one actually, part 4, the next movie. I think part of their powers from their avatar and weaknesses are going to come into I think the kids are going to play the game for real in real life more, just like the original movie. I think they're going to have this whole play on words, Jumanji, virtual reality or augmented reality, and it's going to come into the real world. But I also think that the avatars, their true selves, are going to come out of the game and come into the real world. So Spencer will be standing side by side with The Rock, and both of them kind of sharing their powers a little bit. Maybe sharing the power, maybe not, or maybe just Spencer would just be freaking out, wondering, like feeling responsible for them. But we're probably gonna see what's The Rock's character's name? Doctor
Bravestone.
Bravestone. We're probably gonna see the real Doctor Bravestone.
I like the twist. I mean, because of course they assumed going back to the game. They already had it figured out because they've already done it before.
So they have
Except for this was
a totally
a
different.
whole new scenario. Everything was in a different, new evil character. Everything was all different. So it wasn't just walking back through the same steps.
I'm curious how the guy who plays Fridge is going to interact with Kevin Hart. I wonder how Kevin Hart's going to act if his character is not being controlled by Fridge. I just wonder how he is how these guys are going to act like video game characters. I think that's how it's going to be. But anyway, that's my speculation, guys. I just wanted to talk to you about that. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the box below, and until next time, guys. Peace.